Hey viewers, welcome to Veer Astrology once again, and today I am here with the forecast video, the much awaited forecast video on the Jupiter retrogression. In the first part, I've explained what are the things that we should consider while taking into account the transit of these bigger planets especially. Now you see I have divided this whole phase of 120 days in 4 parts. So that is the Navmansha Jupiter will be in during this 120 days time. So the first is that from the 10th of April till the 23rd of April, Jupiter will be in Aries Navmansha. Then it will be, and please, I request you to hear this out, the initial part, please, everyone hear this out so that you can understand what I'm getting at when I'm doing the sign-wise prediction, so that you don't miss out on anything. From the 23rd of April, these dates are very important, from the 23rd of April till the 31st of May, Jupiter will be in Pisces Navmansha. From 31st of May till the 27th of June, Jupiter will be in Aquarius Navmansha. And from the 27th of June till the 11th of August, when it gets direct, the Jupiter retrogression will happen in the Capricorn Navmansha. So it's a span of approximately 10 degrees every time, so that is why we say 33 degrees approximately is the population with born with Jupiter retrograde in their charts, because for 4 months in a year, if Jupiter is retrograde, so you can calculate and come to that okay, that's why so many people are born with Jupiter retrograde in their natal chart. So these are the dates, and approximately 20 degrees 22 minutes will be the span when Jupiter will cover in Scorpio, and then it will start its direct motion. So taking into account this these degrees, I'm going to take up how this Jupiter is going to affect you all in your this phase of 4 months. So because the whole phase can't be the same, as I spoke in the first part also. So the time of retrograde is when you may find yourself reviewing your personal moral compass, particularly in regard to the affairs of the natal house that Jupiter is retrograding in. You may also find that you have less enthusiasm for issues related to this natal house where Jupiter is. So that is a disclaimer. That is something that you have to look into. You have to see the dasha also if you are running through the dasha, because it could be that your interest in these issues may not be dimmed, but that situations may arise that may make progress in these areas, which is difficult or maybe impossible for you. So this does not necessarily mean that you have to accept defeat with the delays and obstructions. You have to not give up, but rather that flexibility and an ability to allow events to unfold in their own time frame may be required. Now, some will find that, Jupiter retrograde seems to be having a very little effect or no effect in, relation to the concerns of the natal house that it is transiting. Now, there's a second aspect to it. Let me clear that also. You see, when retrograding Jupiter makes an aspect to the natal planet, or is in the angle or in the trine, that you are more likely to feel the limiting effects of the retrogression. Because, you must be hearing that retrogression is a very difficult phase. It's going to lead to this problem, that problem, and stuff. But if it is in angle or trine, your natal one, then these results will not be felt. You may find that these areas, that areas and subjects related to the planet or angle no longer seem to work at optimum level, maybe. It can be both ways. Either ways, I mean. You may find that innate gifts or talents related to these planets no longer seem to work for you during this time. And obviously, these planets means, I'm talking of Jupiter right now, even Saturn, we can consider. Now, Jupiter retrograde will focus on these areas of life. like long distance travels, academics, legal matters, then ethical issues. Jupiter actually deals with the realms of astrology also, luck, insight, experience, knowledge, wisdom, growth, pursuit of our hopes, dreams, teaches us the way to gain all that we desire. It really is our greatest blessing, which could be why Jupiter also represents children, prosperity, wealth, and of course our partner as well. So this is something that I wanted you to hear first, and then move on with the sign-wise prediction. Now for Aries, Jupiter is going to be transiting, as you know, it is going to be transiting your Aries Navmansha first, and then your 12th house, then 11th, and then the 10th house. So what exactly is there for you in store? So it's not going to be the same phase. I've given the dates in the beginning. You can go back and hear if you have not, if you have stayed, we jump to this. So Jupiter's tendency to lift can be really profound here. Optimism, joy, excitement, these are more likely to happen. You know, it's like, you know, you'll be feeling that there's something fresh that you're going to start, you know, you're working towards that. So because, you know, Jupiter is crossing your ascendant in a way, your first house. In Navmansha, it is in Aries. So this can be a focus that you are giving to on your health, your vitality, your sense of self, or maybe, you know, something that, you know, you're feeling that you are going to play a very significant role in your life and the other people's life around you. And this can bring a lot of recognition to you. Maybe, you know, your identity will be, you know, increased. So as I've told you, it is going to be from the 10th till the 23rd of April in the Aries Navmansha. So it is giving you a lot of hope, you know, here. So you must, but be watchful of your weight gain during this time. Do some physical activity for sure. And it will bring a lot of positive associations also for you. Just don't be too overindulgence in a particular zone, and don't be too lazy also. It can just bring that kind of, you know, you must exercise, I feel, rather than being lazy, you know, because you're going to eat, drink a lot at this time, you know, outside food or maybe some junkies or junk food. So just pay attention so that it doesn't worsen your condition even further. Then, you know, it will be transiting through your 12th house. Now 12th house zone is for what? 12th house is the zone of dreams. It's the house of moksha. So it will bring you a lot of you know, maybe some kind of a life and death kind of an experience, you know, maybe that kind of a state, or maybe, you know, something to do with connectivity of all the things. It's a place where, you know, the truth that we are all one resides in our beings, actually. The feeling, the believing, the knowing, the connectedness to the life and death, that, you know, becomes very clear during, you know, that kind of a thing gets established, those feelings. So it's like, you know, you will be feeling too, you know, connected to yourself. Maybe you will get too aloof from the world, you know, during this time. You want to actually help. You can, in fact, help yourself to come out of the fear that you have, because this is the house of fear also. So it's like, you know, you will be the inner feelings, the inner emotions, you will be working through that. You will, you know, Jupiter will help you remove the tangibility from the seemingly unavoidable and seemingly external forces. Then Jupiter will be transiting through your 11th house, rules the friends, acquaintances, networking. So, you know, after the aloofness, you will be feeling from the time when Pisces is 23rd April till 31st May, and then 31st May to 27th June, you will feel much better. You know, that will be a better phase, you know, because of that low phase, you will start feeling that you must mingle with people. You must get out of the realm of aloofness. So you will, you know, connect with the group teams, or maybe, you know, you will date someone during this time. So these are the areas, you know, where you'll get connected with, and you will get full bloom strength also from them. So this is the time that you have to connect with others, That's what, you know, during this time. So if you will see, okay, 9th house, 8th house energy, so that is not all. You have to see where your Jupiter is in Navmansha also, right? So that is how the results will be. So working with teams, organizations, humanitarian efforts, these will all come to the limelight during this time when Jupiter is transiting in the 11th sign of Mansha, that is Aquarius. So it's for, you know, your growth is for better, you know, future prospects. It's going to help you. So anything new age, maybe metaphysical or involving technology, these are they're going to be getting uplifted. So on time with these, you know, the knots that you have created will bring a lot of support from the people around you, you know, because, you know, we are not to be alone. We are going to get support from others, only then we grow. We have to be working in the teamwork. Now, when towards the end, from the 31st of May till the 27th of June, maybe you have not watched it, so I'm just telling you the dates again. So that's the time when you know, Jupiter will be transiting through the Capricorn Navmansha. So that is the, of course, luck, recognition, growth, opportunities. These are going to come up even more. You will start thinking on these lines. You know, maybe you will get some raise or promotions during this time. So expanded audience or acknowledgement for your work, or a new, better job, a new, better position, maybe with the same company, but, you know, maybe the texture of the work line, you know, changes. So that can happen. So there will be some fulfillment of major career goals that you're heading to during this time. So make the best use of it. So you will be rather on track. You will come to know what exactly do you want in life. You will, whatever you are looking at, you will be able to succeed in that. So it's overall, I don't see anything negative apart from your that phase when it is transiting through Pisces. You know, that is the only time when you have to be careful and review that, you know, you don't go into your shell during that time. So that's something that I can say about the transit of Jupiter in that Navmansha. Otherwise, overall, it's a beautiful phase for you, so enjoy. Now for Taurus, you have to first make a note of the dates. You know, Jupiter is going to be transiting through Aries from the 10th of April till the 23rd of April. That is your 12th house. Aries is your 12th house. So what is the 12th house? So what will you feel during this time when, you know, from these dates? You will, you know, 12th house is the house of unseen worlds, intuition, metaphysical studies, connections, communications with guides, angels, you know, fairies, maybe, you know, animals. Then there is some element of, you know, which is involved with the dreaming, you know, element of dreaming or dream journaling, past life regression, hypnosis. So, you know, these tools will actually take you to your deeper inner you. It'll get you connected with these realms. So, you know, it's like, you know, you will be feeling that there are some meaningful interactions with people, with your own self. You know, introspection is taking place, and then, you know, it is something to do with behind the scenes. Maybe you will be taking part in something, or you will be not willing to come in the limelight. So then there are, it's leading to you to a privation, like you are just not wanting to be in the limelight. Then there can be some interaction projects in the forefront, you know, maybe some kind of groundwork that you're laying here behind the closed doors. Maybe you're writing a script. You never know. So it's going to be a good time if you take rest, renew your energy, go to take a sabbatical, go to retreats, or, you know, just ask yourself deeper questions. What the meaning of this life, the meaning of your existence. Spend some quiet time, you know, go for meditation, sit in silence during this time. Because, you know, you're heading to the, you know, when Jupiter is going into the Navmansha of Aquarius, that is in Pisces, sorry, your 11th house, Pisces. So that is going to be from the 23rd of April till the 31st of May, when your 11th house is going to get activated. So when, after the retreat and all, you are going to the, from the unseen to be in the limelight, to be seen. You know, it's like time to see and to be seen, I would say. So your interaction with people and your friends and your circle that you have been missing out on, you will start getting connected with them. Then there will be some work that will involve the team. You will be wanting to work with people for longer term goals achievement. So maybe some organizations, humanitarian efforts, these will be well indicated and supportive. So anything revolving with communities, or maybe some kind of geographical location, or based on online, are all the traits of the 11th house. So Jupiter presence there in the 12th house, 12th Navamansha, that is Pisces Navamansha, but your 11th house gets activated there. So it will bring you a lot of enlightenment also with this kind of journey. With this, your friends will be the source of enrichment, I would say. So much growth and healing can occur during this time. So just pay attention to this, or maybe you are just a project related to technology is coming up, or maybe something metaphysical. So something to do with that is coming your way. So you're going to make it up, for yourself, because then Jupiter will be transiting through Aquarius, which is going to happen from the 31st of May till the 27th of June. So that's the time when Jupiter will be transiting your 10th house. So it is your work, your career, your life purpose that gets a major boost during this time. So there can be some some promotion, or some kind of luck recognition, or some growth which is you're heading to. But you have to see where it's your 8th lord also. So 8th lord in the 10th gives a little bit of obstacles at workplace, so you have to see that. And it is the 11th lord also. So there can be some kind of people who are at your workplace, or your colleagues, they will be quite they can be helpful. You can get help from there. They will be coming to help you in promotions, getting promotions or raises. They can be your expanded audience also, maybe acknowledging your work. So you're heading to a new job, better position. So all that is going to happen. So just be prepared for that time also. But, with obstacles, it's not going to be a smooth sail, because, Jupiter is, you have to see the Lord of, and of course, where it is placed. And if you're running the Dasha of Jupiter as well. When Jupiter is going to transit Capricorn, that is your 9th house. It is going to happen from the 27th of June till the 11th of August. So that is the time when Jupiter will be transiting your 9th house. So 9th house, brings riches. It brings, when you're moving through a lot of, maybe where, some extra exuberance and optimism there you will get. So maybe teaching, learning, that will bring you a lot of good luck, maybe imparting knowledge will bring you good luck, during this time. So it rules, schools also. So you might be learning or teaching, imparting knowledge. So when the bringer of growth and opportunities, that is Jupiter, it's going to be transiting this house. So many opportunities for travels and exposure, interaction with international community, especially. It's a long distance travel. So this is a very important transit for you. If you want to get connected and do something with the foreign clients, this is the right time to do so. It also rules writing, publishing, speaking, inspiring, and other methods of sharing information. So you can interact with people and generate your business. But it's said that when Jupiter is transiting in the Navamansha, and it's not in a good position in your natal, then there can be a lot of trouble while traveling, while interacting with people. So that is a negative thing, which I'm just sharing with you as well. Maybe you will say that, ma'am, we are told that this is not going to happen. Everything is so goody goody, but there's lot many things that you have to see and consider. So it's like you're growing your international audience also. So it's otherwise overall a good transit for you, definitely depending on many other things. Other variables will also matter. So just enjoy this phase, I would say. But yes, see the Navamansha positions always. So moving further on, Gemini. For Gemini, from the 10th April till the 23rd of April, it's going to be Aries Navmansha. Jupiter is going to be transiting through. That's why the results will be different. That's the reason I'm discussing it through the divided it into four parts. This whole phase. So when it is transiting your Aries Navmansha, that is your 11th house, Gemini. And I think I don't have to explain that, you know it. Your Aries is in the 11th house. So what is going to happen? It is the time to be seen. It's time to connect with people. It's like more magic coming through the outside community, because Jupiter is at a position where things can happen amazingly well also, when it is passing through this Aries Navmansha especially. So it's like, you will be having long-term goals set during this time. Maybe you will have a lot of teamwork, a lot of organizations you will be attached to. You will be doing some humanitarian efforts. Maybe, you will be supported by them, and you will be connecting with the communities outside, and you will be obviously, with Jupiter's position in the Navmansha for this time, anything you want to do, anything regarding investments and stuff, even if you're planning to, this is the good time to do so, because even if you are not doing it right now, but you're laying the foundation right now so that you can do it in the future, when Jupiter gets direct there. So friends are going to be a great support. It is a wonderful chance to get enriched through the friendships around, and it's like going to heal you also. Growth and healing will occur with due to your friends. So just make sure that you don't get aloof during this time. And of course, if you are planning to, if there is any project which is involving metaphysical science, or maybe technology related something, maybe there is some idea which is lying pending, so you just work through it during this time. It's a very good time to do that, because it's going to give you a lot of expansion in that area. So just do it. And maybe you get connected, you find your soulmate during this time. It so happens, I've seen many times that people come across their soulmates during Jupiter retrogression in Navmansha, if it is falling in your 11th, for Gemini especially. So then Gemini, you're from the 23rd of April to the 31st of May, Jupiter is going to be in Pisces Navmansha. So what is Pisces Navmansha? Pisces Navmansha is your 10th house. So 10th house is work, career, job, success. It will give you major boost there, maybe some kind of name and fame enhancement, luck recognition, growth opportunities. Maybe somebody who is at your workplace will recognize your creative abilities and give you promotion there. You'll be acknowledged at work. So a better job, new position, maybe the same company, but new position for you. So it's going to be really good for you. And especially because, Jupiter is your lord of the 9th and the 10th. 7th and the 10th, as it is. So it is going to be, though it is a badhaka for you, but in retrogression, if it is not retrograde in your chart, then definitely you have to see all that if you're running through the dasha and stuff. So that the results will vary. The intensity will be different, it will not be the same. So major career goals, feeling of fulfillment, at workplace, all that will happen. Then from the 31st of May till the 27th of June, Jupiter will be transiting through Aquarius Navmansha. Now, Aquarius is your 9th house. So 9th house can give you a little bit of trouble in the foreign lands. Maybe while traveling, they can be delayed. That can happen, if at all. You see, it's minus, minus, plus. If Jupiter is retrograding your chart, then things are better because Jupiter is retrograding in the sky also. So it's minus, minus, plus scenario. So if it is not retrograde, I've seen people have troubles while traveling, tiff with the father or father figure or guru. Maybe you're looking for someone, some guru, and or maybe your guru is not getting connected with you at that time. So just see how it goes. You will have to see. Maybe things will be better for you also, because it is after all, Jupiter is at home in the 9th house. It is like extra exuberance, optimism, and teaching, learning, imparting knowledge, getting connected with your higher learning, higher self. All that happens with your religious belief system, your value system. So that is something which can happen with Jupiter's positive energy. If you see, when it is in the Aquarius Namansha for you, so there can be some kind of opportunities that, you know, because it is holding the cabinet of this area, ninth house. So it is going to give you a lot of travel, interaction with people in the international community, or maybe, you know, you're likely to go in for some kind of writing, publishing, speaking, inspiring others, and maybe some kind of sharing knowledge, sharing your own knowledge with others. That can come to limelight. So it's something that, you know, you are on a mission and you are going to achieve it, actually. So there is a large, growing and maybe some international audience for you waiting there. So go ahead for it. So from the 27th of June till the 11th of August, when it gets direct, Jupiter is going to be in Capricorn Namansha, which is your 8th house. So 8th house, as it is, you know, when you hear fear, suspicion, you know, all that comes into your mind. But 8th house is other people's money. 8th house is, you know, the area which brings benefits from others' money, others' resources, family, spouse, in-laws, you know, all that gets activated at that time. Or maybe some banks or financial institutes, you know, or collaborations. So this is the time when you have to be careful in these. Maybe, you know, your stuck up money is not going to be out soon. If you are planning to invest more, or you are thinking that, you know, taking some more loans, please avoid it during this time. It's not a good idea, especially if your Jupiter is direct in your chart and it is getting retrograde. These things will vary. These things should not be done. So clear your debts, earlier debts first, and then go ahead with new ones if you want to take loans or something. Don't even give loans during this time, you know, because these areas actually get hit. These are actually, you know, to be considered. After all, it is the 8th house. It is the 8th house energy. That is why I'm saying so. Research, projects, investigations, all these will be better off. You can, you know, maybe drawn to some esoteric or occult sciences, mysteries of all kinds of, you know, the world will seem inviting you. So it's good if you want to explore these riches of the lesser, you know, seen under the world, undercover realms, through different modalities. You know, this is a deep intimacy, you know, it is a deeper level of relationship can be experienced, and deeper knowledge can come up. So this is something that, you know, it has positives and it has negatives also, this 8th house. So this is the house of sex, deep connection. So you can maybe have wonderful opportunities, you know, when you are getting attached to someone during this time. Maybe there's an urge to merge, you know. So that will be on every level, you know. You can get attached to anyone at this time. So it's like extremity. It's extremely synergetic and phase for you during this time. So just make note of these dates. These are going to help you. You must understand why I'm speaking about all these dates, especially because the Namansha position only will be helping you out during this time. You must know where your Namansha sign is in your Lagna or Moon chart. So moving further on, Cancer. For Cancer, it's going to be in the 10th house first. Why? Because it is going to be in the Aries Namansha, and your Aries is the 10th house, and it is going to be from the 10th of April till the 23rd of April. So if you have not understood why I'm saying so, because, you know, maybe you have not watched my first part of the video and the initial part of this video when I give the introduction that what am I going to look at, how am I going to look at. Anyways, I will tell you in short that, you know, I've divided this 4 months phase, 120 days, in 4 parts when it will, when Jupiter will be transiting in backward motion, in retrogression, through the 4 Navmanshas. So how will they impact? So Jupiter will be transiting through 4 Navmansha, and your first Navmansha Jupiter is in Aries to start with in retrogression. So in retrogression, it goes from Aries, Pisces, Aquarius, and Capricorn. and then gets direct. So when it is transiting your 10th house, that is your Namansha, Aries is in the first house in the natal, the 10th house in the natal chart. So it will be impacting your work, your career, your life purpose. You will get major boost at that area, your luck, your recognition. There are more growth opportunities which are prevalent in this area. You know, you are heading to promotions, you are heading to some kind of expanded horizons, you know, in that area. So you have to work a little harder, because it is the 10th house, and where your Jupiter is, obviously, I don't know. So it will be depending upon that also a lot. If it is retrograde, then these areas of life will get enhanced. If you have in natal horoscope your Jupiter in retrogression, so it is going to be a positive transit for you. So people will acknowledge you, your co-workers will help you, your bosses will help you. And if it is not happening, so then you know that this is not going to help you. This transit is not for you. The retrogression is not helping you grow there in that area, and you have to work towards it. You have to wait for the Jupiter to get direct. So if you are heading to new job, new promotion, you're expecting all that and it's not happening, so you have to wait for Jupiter to get direct. But this is actually a very good position. I've seen people achieving major goals during this time, and maybe, you know, they're setting bigger goals during this time. So work through it. Then Jupiter will be transiting your 9th house from the 23rd April till the 31st of May. That is your Pisces Navmansha. In Pisces Navmansha, which is your 9th house. So 9th house actually is ruled by Jupiter. As we know, Sagittarius is its own sign. So what happens, you know, it will bring a lot of riches towards that area. Your luck factor will improve, it will enhance. Though things are very slow at, you know, the positive planets, they forget their significations during this time and they're in retrogression. But still, you know, things will be moving. You know, you will be maybe getting connected with a guru, you know, some kind of magic there with your people around you who are, you know, maybe somewhere in the foreign, you know, places. So you're teaching, you're learning, and your institutions, everything is connected with the foreigners. Maybe something to do with foreign countries. Opportunities will be through travels. There are exposures to people or interaction with the international community. And this is the house for writing and publishing and speaking also. Inspiring others. It's a house of inspiring others. It's a spiritual house. So people with this kind, during this time, might just want to help others in certain areas of life. They will pull them out. There is some message that they want to convey, and that will be conveyed. The mission will be accomplished. You will have international audience. If you have some legal, if you have something to do with international, you know, community, or maybe you're working somewhere there with foreigners, or maybe something to do with, you know, travels, big travels, long travels, adventures, all that will be at the peak during this time. So you have to give me the feedback. Okay, this happened during this phase. So I've divided that is why into 4 parts. Then it will be transiting your, you know, the 8th house, Aquarius. That is from the 31st of May till the 27th of June. Aquarius Navmansha. So which is your 8th house. So 8th house energy is, you know, as it is, it's other people's money, or maybe, you know, it's like getting benefits out of other people, money, or maybe resources from family, spouse, in-laws, banks, financial institutions, some collaborations. These things can be plus or minus, can be. These things will get impacted if your Jupiter is retrograde in your chart. Yes, positive. If your Jupiter is placed, okay, well, in the trines or kendras, perfectly fine. You will reap the results. If you have not cleared your debts, the debts will be cleared. And if they are not getting cleared, sorry, don't take more loans. Don't even think about lending your money or just borrowing more money. It's not the right thing to do right now for you. Then loans, refinances, grants, inheritances, you know, other winnings maybe, you know, these are all going to be in the limelight. It's good if you're in writing some thesis or investigative projects or research. These will be supported by Jupiter here. So you know, maybe you will be drawn to the unknown realms, like occult, esoteric worlds, mysteries that will seem inviting you, exploring more of these unseen realms. So it's good, and you will get more attached, deep intimacy, deeper levels of relationship, because it's the house of sex, deep connection. But the energy will take you to another level. It's a beautiful energy. You may have wonderful experiences, and there is always an urge to merge, you know, when 8th house gets activated. So the, you know, the energy is pretty good for you, so utilize it. And by the end of this you know, phase of retrogression, Jupiter, when transits through from the 27th of June till the 11th of August, it will be, Jupiter will be, he will be in your 7th house, that is Capricorn. So Capricorn, as you know, is the 7th house. It's like expanding relationships. Main focus is on the relationships, outer relationship. It could be friendship, romance, it could be business, it could be client connections. It's just not that you have to have connections only with your life partner or your spouse or your you know, romantic relation. There are so many things we see from the 7th house. So it is going to take you to another level, actually. Jupiter has a very, you know, expansive, addictive nature, impact. So if you are single, or you are, you know, like, you know, or maybe, you know, if your single partner can be added to you, you can maybe get into your romantic relationship can culminate into marriage or engagement, or maybe there is a pregnancy which happens, maybe some kind of adoption, or maybe you will start a new business. All that can, you know, harmony is indicative. So harmonious relationships will come into limelight. So or maybe some relations end if Jupiter is not placed in a positive house in your natal chart. So maybe the relations come to an end, right? So you have to have room for, you know, new relations. You have to have that broad mind, you know, to enjoy the presence of a new person coming into your life. So that is how you have to work through, you know, during these. That is why I've divided it into 4 parts. So it's not easy for me either. So let's see what is there in store for the Leo Lagnas and the moon signs. So for Leo, I am just going about the Navmansha. So it is going to be a transit for Leo in the, you know, first to start with Aries Navmansha. So I hope you have understood what I'm doing and how am I doing all this. So it's going to be a phase which is divided into 4 parts, and I'm taking up the Navmansha. So Aries Navmansha is the first Navmansha Jupiter is going to be transiting through, and your Aries falls in the 9th house. So 9th house is the natural, Jupiter is a natural ruler for that house. So what happens? It will bring you good luck. It will bring you more education. It will give you connectivity with the foreign clients, with the foreign people, with a lot of optimism. You will be speaking, learning, teaching. Then, you know, you will get attached to those institutions where, you know, you will be able to learn more, or maybe, you know, you're planning to go abroad and for further education. So this is the right time to do so. And that is going to be from the 10th till the 23rd of April, when Jupiter stays there in the Aries Navmansha. And of course, you will have, you know, the borders will not limit you. You might just go and, you know, go to those realms, you know, where you will be learning and traveling and meeting. The exposure is, your interaction is more with the international community. So you will be maybe inspiring others, or maybe, you know, you will get inspired by your guru or your father or your teacher. On the contrary, if, you know, you have 9th house which is weak, I mean the 9th ruler, or maybe, you know, where Mars, of course, your Aries, Mars is the ruler, so that's weak. Or maybe, you know, Jupiter is in your chart not well placed. There's no cushion there. Then, you know, there can be some troubles there in the foreign lands. There can be some kind of miscommunication with audience, foreign audience, or maybe something to do with your travels. The flights will be unnecessarily, you will have troubles while traveling, or maybe some kind of troubles with the foreign clients. So you have to take care of all these things and see get your horoscope checked from a right kind of an astrologer, where how your Jupiter retrogression phase is going to treat you. That you have to see in detail. Then Jupiter will be transiting through your Pisces, which is your 8th house, and you have to see where your Pisces is, where your Jupiter is in your natal, because 8th house Lord is Jupiter. And if it is in the 8th house, and it is your maybe Jupiter return, or Jupiter is is transiting through your is in retrogression in your chart. So you have to be careful about these areas of life. So 23rd of April till the 31st of May, Jupiter will be in Pisces Pada, Pisces Navmansha. That is your 8th house. So it is the other people's money. So just take care, handle with care. If you have already taken loans, so just repay those loans rather than getting involved more on your paying attention to your expenditures more and not earning that much. So just don't be too flamboyant, that can happen. So just repay all your debts during this time to get the benefits from others, so that people can help you even more. Or you can, your family, your spouse, your in-laws, banks, institutions, financial institutions, your collaborations, these things can play a vital role during this time. So you have to manage all your resources, how you do that, how you get connected with them. So this is the right time to do so. And of course, loans, refinances, grants, inheritances, these are very common during this time. These areas are very common. So they can impact you in a positive manner also, they can impact you in a negative manner also, depending upon your natal Jupiter's position. And if you're running through the dasha of Jupiter, of course, then you are supposed to feel the results even more. So maybe some research or investigative projects, you get successful there, and maybe, you're drawn to occult or esoteric mysteries in life. So maybe, you suddenly you feel that, oh my God, I have to get to the unseen, I have to go and study all those subjects even more, you want to. So, the intimacy level with the relationship, because it's a house of sex and deep connection, it takes you to another level. So that can be very, a very good experience for you. So opportunities, wonderful opportunities await you. Urge to merge awaits you. So this is the time when you get connected with the higher energies, deeper energies. Then Jupiter will be transiting through your 7th house in the natal. Why? Because it is going to be transiting through your Aquarius sign in Navmansha from the 31st May to the 27th of June. So that is the time when you will be expanding relationships. That is the main focus area of yours. Romantic, business, friendships, client connections, all those will get impacted during this time. So that you have to make connection. Maybe you will take the connection to the other level. So that is something, which makes you get involved with, maybe you get into a new relationship, attachments, or maybe some kind of engagement or marriage or pregnancy, adoption, business, starting up a business. All those can get, can come to limelight. Maybe, they will get activated, these areas. So there will be some kind of harmony in relationships if Jupiter is well placed, because it is an indicator of harmonious relationship. So if you're heading to a divorce, just wait for some time, let Jupiter get direct, I would suggest. Then Jupiter will be transiting through your Capricorn, that is your 6th house, from the 27th of June till the 11th of August, when Jupiter will be out of Capricorn and getting direct. So Capricorn of Mansha. So the 6th house, as we know, is the house of medicine, healing, other, your place of work, connecting with people at place of work, with your co-workers, or maybe you're studying topics of medicine during this time. So this is the connection of body, emotions, mind, spirit. These kind of connectivities, you will get inclined towards. So this is a very good time to gather information and sharing, you know, maybe you're sharing these kind of informations also. So it is something which, you know, see, sixth house is the ruler is Virgo. So you might find yourself exploring and, you know, perfecting your diet, and, you know, you want to just go in for some kind of studying the nutrition even more. So you might just get into all those activities even more. So if you are already into yoga, meditation, so just keep doing that. Follow the health regime, follow structured health practices, just give chance for expansion there, you know, give yourself some time, you know, focus on your health. Maybe you bring a pet, maybe you bring a new house help at you know, during this time. So this is something which you are heading to when Jupiter is transiting through your sixth house. So it is, the whole phase is not going to be the same, it's going to be different, you know, for everybody. So just have a good time. I think Jupiter retrogression is going to give you some new break, something new, something different. So moving on to Virgo. So for Virgo, I just wanted to say that, you know, it is going to be, I am taking up the Navmansha positions. Okay. So when I've divided the whole phase into 4 parts, as I've told in the beginning. So for you, Virgo, from the 10th till the 23rd of April, Jupiter is going to be in Aries Navmansha. So for you, Aries is the 8th house. So what is the 8th house energy? You know, I have to tell you that. So 8th house is the house of other people's wealth, other people's money, other people's like family, um, in-laws, or maybe, you know, somebody who is like banks or financial institutions or collaborations from other outer places. So all that is this energy of the 8th house. So you have to first of all get connected with all this. You will get connected to all this. Maybe you have not even cleared up your loans till now, and you want to borrow more money. So that you have to see that you don't get into all that. Then refinances, grants, inheritances, as a matter of fact. These are the common things that, you know, will get impacted. Or maybe if you are in a research or some investigative kind of a project, then, you know, the Jupiter will support you. Maybe, you know, it'll not be standstill though, but it might just take a hold back, you know, these things. But it will be like, you know, you will be moving towards these things in the same direction. Maybe you get interested in occult or esoteric study. Mysteries of all kinds seem inviting. You know, you might be wanting to explore the riches of the lesser seen realms of life, you know, through different modalities. Could be anything, to arrow, you know, astrology, anything, deeper levels, I would say. You might just get into some relationship which is, you know, you experience deeply, because this is the house of sex and deep connection on every level. So you may have some wonderful opportunities for these experiences. Maybe you have the urge to merge even more. So, and obviously you will be going to another level, and 8th house energy is so strong. So you will get connected with these kind of, these realms of life. Then from the 23rd of April till the 31st of May, Jupiter will be in Pisces Navmansha, which is your 7th house. Now, what 7th house, as we know, is about relationships. It's not just about spouse or you know, marital relationships. It is about business, friendships, client connection, romantic relationships. You know, all that will get enhanced. It's right time to get connected to these, actually, if you are not. So this, you're already, you know, for in maybe in a connection, already in a relationship. So you might just get into a partnership relationship, or you know, marriage, or some kind of new maybe engagement, or, you know, maybe you're moving in the, you know, pregnancy, adoption, or maybe you're going to start another business this time. So this is something which is going to enhance the significations of the 7th house, because it is not just your you know, second and the fourth houses which are getting active during Jupiter retrogression, as people are saying already. But we have to go to the minutest level. So Navmansha actually really in transits, we must see how the transit position in Navmansha, Jupiter's position is in retrogression. So from the 31st of May till the 27th of June, Jupiter will be transiting your 6th house in the Rashi. Why? Because in Navmansha, it will be in Aquarius, and your Aquarius is the 6th house. So 6th house, as we know, is the house of healing, medicine, studying, maybe the studying of these topics. And if you have moon there, I've seen, people getting more inclined towards these healing, or maybe is a doctor or a nurse, I've seen that. So the connection with the body, emotions, mind, spirit, you might be interested in all these things, already, or maybe you are having a connection with, in these areas. So you will be wanting to gather information, you will get connected. And as it is, it is the 6th house is the house of, owned by Virgo. So you will be focusing more on your daily work, your office environment, or maybe, your daily experiences, or maybe you will have good connection with your co-workers, maybe it will give you a good connectivity with them. Maybe you are gathering information, and you're focusing on your diet, your exploration, those areas of life, or you may be wanting to perfect your health and do yoga, meditation, exercise. All that is like very meticulous kind of regime you will be following now. When Jupiter will be transiting through your Capricorn pada, that is Navmansha, 27th June till the 11th of August, and then it will start moving in the direct motion. So that is your 5th house. So 5th house is, it brings expansion, growth, luck, fertility, conception, pregnancy, childbirth, maybe child rearing, anything having to do with children, that expands. So maybe you will have fun and harmonious relationship with your children. Maybe you are sending them for further education. Maybe you're interested in and it is the house of romance also. Maybe some new love you come across, so or maybe you're already there and you will now start noticing that true love you have found during this time. The results may vary. This is a disclaimer. It may vary because maybe you have a retrograde Jupiter in the sky, but a direct Jupiter in the natal and placed in those sthanas. So that also you have to see. The results will definitely vary. You must seek advice if you are just listening to this and just following it blindly. So Jupiter will give you a lot of magnetism to find true love. And of course, light-hearted love may not be a permanent solution for you. So you must get settled. Wait for Jupiter to get direct if it is not well positioned in your natal. Then artistic endeavors and creative self, that is going to soar at this time. It will be on the high. And you will have a lot of interest in some crazy crafts or some kind of hobby which will expand your the inner realms that you want to explore. So take a dream vacation, follow your hobby, follow your heart, listen to your heart, and just enjoy this phase, because it's an expansive planet which is turning retrograde. So these areas of life will get little impacted. So moving further on, I hope this helped. Moving further on, it'll be for Libra. So coming to Libra, you have to understand that I have divided your phase, the whole retrograde phase, in 4 parts. And from the 10th of April till the 23rd of April, your energy is focused on the 7th house. Why? Because your Navmansha is Aries and your Aries is the 7th house. So 7th house is about expanding relationships. That will be the main focus of yours, and balancing with in the relationship, whatever your relationship is. The odds of great relationship you will be concerned about, maybe romantic, business, friendship, client connections. All these will get impacted during these many days. I will be giving you the dates I've given. You should hear the initial part why I'm discussing like this, because it actually is this way that we should be looking into the transits. So for those already attached, movement to the next level is possible. Then maybe there is some kind of an addictive effect, So if you are single or you are in partnership or something, then you're going to get into some kind of engagement, or maybe something to do with the marriage, pregnancy, adoption, starting a new business. All these will get uh, come in the limelight. Basically, these will be the focus areas. Increased harmony in relationships is more likely now, with the Jupiter transiting your Namansha, Aries Namansha. Some relationship might end during this time, maybe everything depends on the dasha you're running, the position of Jupiter in your natal horoscope. All these will be impacted. So then Jupiter will be transiting through your Namansha of Pisces, the date being 23rd of April till the 31st of May. It will be in Pisces Namansha, which is, Pisces is your sixth house. So sixth house is about medicine, about healing. These nature of works may be impacted during this time. Maybe you are into studying these topics. Maybe these topics suddenly start interesting. So the connection with body, emotions, mind, spirit, these may interest you. Maybe you want to get connected with your own self, or maybe you follow a diet or a regime, even strictly, you want to work through that. And Jupiter is, as it is, a planet, expansive planet, so it can give you diabetes or something like that. So you're more into working towards your own health. It's good if you focus on that. So, and you might just get connected with somebody at your place of work. Maybe you keep a pet, or maybe you want to hire some new people, some employees at the workplace. So that is also a good idea, and this is the right time to do so when Jupiter is in your Pisces Namansha. Then from the 31st May to the 27th of June, Jupiter is in your fifth house Namansha, that is the fifth sign, which is Aquarius. So fifth house is, your Aquarius is in the fifth house, so your energy is very much predominant over there in the fifth house. So for fifth house, I would just like to say that this is the right time for expansion, in growth, in those areas: luck, fertility, conception, pregnancy, childbirth, child rearing, anything having to do with children. You may be getting connected with your children, you're forming a bond, they're going abroad, or maybe you're sitting for or your children are sitting for a competitive exam, so you're paying some more attention to them. So this is the house of creativity, romance, new love, maybe improved relationship. You find the true love at this time. So magnetism also increases for light-hearted love, and maybe you're looking for some kind of a holding on to the relationship, and you want to just get more involved and deep and get more maybe stable in that relationship. Maybe you get into kind of a stable relationship, or some kind of maybe marriage, or you taking it to another level maybe. So this is a good time to take up your hobbies, explore new horizons, just expand your horizons, take up some dream vacation maybe. And if your Jupiter is well placed, then just go in for bigger investments also in your natal chart if it is in a good position. So towards the end of this phase of Jupiter getting direct, before that it will be in Capricorn of Mansha. I will give you the date. It's from the 27th June till the 11th of August, when Jupiter will be in the Capricorn of Mansha. And Capricorn is your fourth house. So fourth house energy is predominant here. Fourth house is the energy of home expansion. So it's a time for maybe if you're feeling too crushed in the society, in the crowd, outside, so you will feel like just sitting at home. Maybe you will be not sitting at home for the whole time, but you want to, during this phase, laze around and feel just you may be feeling too heavy, so you want to just lighten up, and you want to spend time with your family, people around you. Maybe you want to move out from the present location where you are. You might just shift, you might just take a chance on that also. So that's something that Jupiter transit in the Mansha can do. towards your fourth house, fourth sign. So maybe a larger family could be there, maybe some kind of, a good news, some new member is coming in your, at home, or maybe something to do with, your pregnancy is on the way, or maybe you are planning to buy some property, add real estate, construction, interior designing, or something like that. You're going to boost up. Now, fourth house is also the house of childhood and the psychology of the adult based on experiences at the time of childhood. So that is also the time when you will get connected with the inner you. That can also happen, it's a transformational house also. So maybe, you have the, you get the effect of the entire lineage of the family, and the miracles come up, during this time. Maybe you get harmonious relation with your family, with your household, it's a good time for you. Your maternal instincts or drive to emotionally, that's going to overpower you. It's strongly exerted now, I would say, in fact. So this is the time when you, irrespective of the gender, male, female, anyone, that can happen. The nurturing you might be predominant during this time. So this is it for you, Libra. And moving further on to Scorpio. So for Scorpio, I just want to add here once again, I've though mentioned many times, and in the beginning also I've said that, you can go back and hear why I'm saying this and listen to the first part also. So what I mean to say, when you see the transits, you must see where your Jupiter is in your Navamansha, in your D9. So if Jupiter in D9 is, suppose it is going to be for this retrogression, it is going to be from the 10th to the 23rd of April in the Aries Navamansha. Now see where your Aries is the 6th house. All right. And your Lagna Lord and the Aries sign both are Mars. So Mars has to be also checked how your position of Mars in the natal is, how your Jupiter is in the natal. But when it is in the 6th house, so what happens during this phase, 10th to 23rd of April? What happens? You might just take up some healing, or you might just start off with some medicinal course, or maybe you want to take up studying these topics on medicines, or maybe you want to take care of your body, your emotions, your mind, your spirit during this time even more. Maybe somebody from the place of work, you get connected with, or maybe you hire somebody at place of work, or maybe they help you during this time, or maybe you follow a strict regime that, no, I have to do something for my own self, my health, and, you pay attention to yourself. So maybe you want to keep a pet at this time. So all that will get heightened during these many days. Then after that, Jupiter will be transiting in retrogression in Pisces, not in Taurus, because it is retrograding. So it will go to Pisces after Aries. So when in retrogression, it is going to be in Pisces from the 23rd of April till the 31st of May, and in Gandanta also during that time, though it's not a bad energy for a few days till May. So it is going to be, it might bring expansion in your family, in your home. Somebody might just get in the family way, they want to just try their luck, maybe for conception, fertility, or maybe, you're thinking of a pregnancy or childbirth during this time, child rearing. Maybe you're getting everything to do with children, actually, 5th house, most of the things with children. You maybe, you are, you're getting connected to your own childhood. That is also, 5th house energy. So maybe you want to get attached to your children in some fun or harmonious relationship with them. Maybe you take them out, or maybe, you go for some travels with them, or they are sitting for some exams or something, then you're just paying focus on them during this phase. Or maybe you're sending them for higher education, so you are just getting more worried for them, during this time. So, but nothing to worry, it's Jupiter, but you have to see where your Jupiter in the natal is also. 5th house energy is of house of romance also, new love. So it is already noticeably improving. So this is also called the house of true love. So it is believed that, you may, when Jupiter is involved here, so there is a lot of magnetism to your, to your true love. You get involved in true love, or you get settled in a relationship. So it's going to be a permanent one, for you. So some artistic endeavors, if you are thinking of, or some creative self of yours is coming up again and again, so that can be taken care of. You know, you can just take up some crazy hobby or some craft, you know, and explore the new world around you. And yes, if your Jupiter in the natal is pretty strong, then you must invest. Big investments, heavy investments I have seen in retrogression, Jupiter retrogression people do, and they make a lot of money. So that is totally dependent on the personal chart. Sorry, disclaimer. So that's something that I just wanted to say. Then you know, your Pisces is your 5th house. That's over. And now from the 31st May till the 27th of June, Jupiter is going to be in your 4th house, Aquarius Navamsha. So your 4th house is going to get energized at this time. Means it's going to be not in the 4th house. Jupiter is not transiting the 4th house, but it is transiting in the Navamsha. So 4th house is what? The energy of home and expansion. That is you know, going to be, that's the time for you. So for instance, if you are feeling crushed and crowded by the city living, so this transit may bring you out of the country. Maybe, you know, you might shift that location where you are not feeling comfortable. Maybe you're feeling too heavy with the environment around you. So you might just have that kind of a feeling that now I want to go out of this place and I must just relive some good moments. So maybe someone moves out of your house, making it more easier for you or lighter for you. That can also happen. And Jupiter, you know, when it's transiting in this Navamsha, I have seen that it brings increase in the family size. Maybe, you know, there is some pregnancy or some guests coming over, or something to do with expansion of the house, or maybe some, you know, you might add on to real estate, you know, your property. Maybe you have already one and you want to buy one more or two more. So construction maybe, or some interior, some kind of renovation at house, you know, all that can happen. And you will get connected with your own childhood, as I said initially, your own childhood. You want to be deeply involved in your inner work, you know, maybe some transformational changes coming up with this kind of, you know, getting something from your childhood days. You can change, you know, you can change due to that. So that's something that I've seen, you know, and the maternal instincts, you know, the motherly instinct, the nurturing instincts also get exerted now, because irrespective of the gender, you know, even if you're a male, you will start feeling too much nurturing, too much maternal instincts, you know, emotionally you are very, the drive to be emotional is pretty strong during this time. So that's the Aquarius Navamsha. And then, you know, from the 27th of June till the 11th of August, it will be going through your 3rd house, like from Capricorn. So Capricorn is your 3rd house. The 3rd house is what? House of communication. You might get the opportunity for writing, editing, speaking, communicating, or maybe something related to your expression. The 3rd house also rules the methods by which you express yourself. Maybe, you know, you're going to respond your emails, long pending emails, or phones, tablets, computers, fax machines, which are totally outdated now though. But, you know, these things will get more, the communication will be more channelized, I feel, depending on your Jupiter in the natal. You may find yourself having new or more devices, or maybe, you know, some new phone you are getting, upgrading your communication in any way, you know, and that's up to you, how you utilize your Jupiter in retrogression in the sky, you know. Make a note of this date at least, these many days in the 3rd house. So you are planning to buy some really nice gadgets. So this can bring you closer to your brothers, sisters, your relatives, your uncle and aunts, or maybe, you know, your neighbors. You are going to get connected with them. This is the house of transportation and travel also. So you might just add on to your upgrade your transportation also. Maybe, you know, you are going to buy some new vehicle, which is a little more expensive than the previous one, or maybe you repay your loans that you have already taken to buy your vehicle. So that's also quite prominent, you know, during this time. So writing, or maybe you're thinking of publishing a book. So that's also possible during this time. And if it is delayed, you can make out that, okay, your Jupiter is not letting you do it right now in retrogression. So just wait till the time it gets direct. So don't get frustrated, because it can happen, you know, it can. So this is it for Scorpio, and have a great retrograde phase. I hope you enjoyed this. So moving further on for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, you have to you must understand what am I doing. I've divided this phase into 4 parts. So when Jupiter transits through your you know, the namanshas, so that the impact will be different. It will vary. So from the 10th of April till the 23rd of April, Jupiter is going to be transiting the Aries Navamansha. So what is Aries for you? Aries is your 5th house. So 5th house energy is going to be pretty strong during this time. It's not just that, you know, it's transiting over your Lagna in the 12th house, so the energy will be just, no, it's not. We should just see where Jupiter is transiting in Navamansha. That is how the differences come up, you know, during the transit time. So 5th house is the house of expansion, growth, luck, fertility, conception, pregnancy, childbirth, childbearing, anything having to do with children. You know, maybe your own or any others. So it could be anything. So this can be the time of expanded fun and harmony with children, or anywhere along with the birthing process. Maybe, you know, the 5th house is pretty strong during this time for children. Maybe you are planning to send them out, or you're going to involve in some fun activity with them. You're going to spend a lot of time with them. So it's good for you. So do that. Then this is the house of romance also, new love. So maybe you get stable somewhere, you know, with someone, or maybe, you know, you're thinking of getting to, you know, culminate into marriage, the love relationship into marriage. So you're planning to do so, depending a lot on your natal Jupiter. If at all it's positive, it's in Kendra or Trine, so it will give. And of course, if it's not a functional malefic, so many things, you know, we have to see, then decide. So you may find a true love. If you already have one, good luck to you. If you're not getting married, so please wait, be patient to for Jupiter to get direct. And it is believed that Jupiter, you know, when moves into this house, then, you know, a lot of magnetism towards true love is enhanced. So you might just, you know, get lucky. So wait for that. Some kind of artistic endeavors, creative energies, they will also be pretty on the soar, you know, so you on the rise, on the peak. So you can use this time for acting upon these creative abilities of yours. If you are planning to invest make some heavy investments, if your Jupiter is pretty strong in the natal, you must go ahead with that. I have seen people making really big money when they have Jupiter retrograde in the sky, you know, in the transit. It really helps making money. So exploring new interests, expanding your previous ones, hobbies, pursuing hobbies, all that will be enhanced during this phase of, you know, when it is in the Aries Navamansha. So coming to the Pisces Navamansha, it is going to be in the on the 23rd of April. It will be going there from 23rd April to the 31st of May. So that is your 4th house. 4th house Pisces energy is pretty strong. I've seen people get really inclined to their home environment. They change, or they want to change place, you know, location changes there. They buy property, they sell property during this time, and then enhance, redecorate their house or renovate their house, or maybe they leave the country and go somewhere else, you know, they go far also maybe. So it's like, you know, making your house a better place for you. So it could be anywhere. Then it relates to the family. So this will bring increase in the family or family connectivity. You will be involved in family matters even more. Maybe there's a childbirth or pregnancy during this time, or maybe some real estate or construction work, as I told you. So and fourth house is also the house of childhood, so the psychology of the adult based in experiences at the time of childhood will come up. Some deep inner work could occur during this transit. Some kind of transformational changes maybe it brings in. So it's good if you can harmonize with your family members during this time. It will increase your motherly instincts, your maternal instincts even more, irrespective of the gender. I always say male, female, don't worry. It'll be like too much on the high. So from the 31st of May till the 27th of June, it is going to go to the Aquarius Navmansha, which is your third house. So the third house energy will be pretty strong during this time. You'll feel it even more. And what is the third house? Third house is house of communication, writing, editing, publishing. So all this or communicating, maybe you have not communicated with people, siblings, or your neighbors from ages. So maybe you will get connected with them. You will communicate with them. Maybe you will make a video like me. I am making one. So though I am not, see, all this will get activated somewhere or the other for everyone. So maybe some phones, tablets, or computers, or maybe you buy a new phone for yourself. So all that will, maybe some kind of upgrade it reflects. So maybe you will sell property during this time. So it is going to give you a lot of money, fetch you good money. And if all these are, please, all these are not happening, that means the Jupiter in your natal is weak, is not synchronizing with the retrograde Jupiter in the sky. So please do not follow this as a blind statement that this is going to happen. VL has told this, so it is going to happen. Please, no. It is something that we have to match up with the Jupiter's position. We have to see the Navmansha's positions where they are, like Capricorn, when it transits the Capricorn sign, where Capricorn is, in your chart, and where your Saturn is in the chart. We have to see all that. So many things we have to see. It's not easy. It's not just one thing you focus on and you get it, No, it's not like that. So you have to book a reading with a good astrologer so that you get to know what you're heading to, what your life is going to be for 4 months. So that is something that I advise, rather than just jumping into conclusions. Then you will get, as I said, the third house is also the house of transportation. You might just stop driving. You just say, oh, I'm done. Let me carpool. I just don't want to drive anymore. Maybe you hire a cab and go. It's possible. So you will maybe upgrade your vehicle also. That is also quite likely. It is the house of travel. So you have to take care of your travels, but you have to check whether the fuel is okay, the flight is on time and stuff. All those things you have to be careful with. Then Jupiter will be, of course, Jupiter gives a lot many things in third house. So it is a good transit, overall a good transit. Just communicate your mind. That is what correspondence, that is something very important. Then Jupiter will be transiting your second, Capricorn Navmansha from the 27th June till the 11th of August. The dates I've already mentioned in the beginning. Please do watch that initial part of the video, which will clear so many things. So it is going to be your second house. Second house is what? Second house brings increase in income. It is usually simultaneously bringing expenses also, but so this is something that you have to plan. You have to plan your budget. You have to plan your, maybe, you're a teacher. I've seen when Jupiter is in this Navmansha, people born with this, they are generally teachers and very good teachers. Maybe, you will earn through education or educational institution. That's something that I have seen. Or something else, maybe finances are, going to get better if Jupiter is transiting, and I've given you the dates already. So it is a good house. It is a house which is going to give you lavish in comfort, in luxury. So it is generally a good place for increase in income. And if you are having some kind of financial losses, don't get upset or don't get discouraged by that, because it is because of this transit, it is slowing down a little. it will pick up. It will pick up slowly and gradually, because Jupiter is stationary also, you know, initially. So it doesn't give that kind of power. It doesn't have. So, but by the time it goes to Capricorn, it will be slowing down again, you know. So it will be going out of it in the direct motion. So whatever said and done, when, you know, a speeding car slows down, what happens? You know, you can imagine, you know, things just, you're just about to halt. So then again, to pick up the speed, it takes a little time to come in that momentum, you know. So it takes some time. So you must, you know, feel abundant. This is what I have felt with Jupiter in this. You must feel abundant. The more you experience can come to fruition. You know, you must feel that you're inviting the positive energy of Jupiter during this time. So it is like, you know, Jupiter moving in this Navmansha also gives the family values. Often brings massive reconsideration of what is important to you. Always. It will bring that. Often the amount of time we have spent doing certain things, they don't match up with where our values lie actually. So it's time to introspect where our values are. What are we doing with that? If you're looking to buy something expensive, you know, you should think whether I am really wanting this expenditure or not. Just plan everything, I think, during this time. So Jupiter will help you immensely when Jupiter is in this Navmansha. So then it will be out of it and it will go direct. So if you had a good time during these 4 months, so you will be getting good time, heading to a better time when Jupiter is transiting through this Scorpio sign in direct motion. So let's wait for that then. So over to the third last sign, Capricorn. So Capricorn, you have to check where your Navmansha of these 4 bifurcations that I have made of this transit, you know, is. So you're from the 10th till the 23rd of April, it's going to be in Aries Navmansha. So where is your Aries? Aries is your 4th house. So what is 4th house? So these areas will get impacted during these transits. That's how I have started this video. You can go back and see what I've told about the introduction. So the 4th house is the energy of home, expansion, and spending more time in the family. Family connectivity is even more. So if you are feeling that, you know, you're, you know, not comfortable, or you're being crushed in this crowded atmosphere where you are, so, and you want to move out of this place, so shifting is quite likely. So maybe, you know, you will be buying a new house and shifting, or maybe you will be going on a rented accommodation, or maybe, you know, you're going to, you know, maybe there is something to do with the family member coming over, addition of family member. Maybe there is a pregnancy, or maybe there is a guest coming over. So that can also happen. Or maybe, you know, you get, in your house, you're planning to get some renovation done, or some construction done, or some kind of interior design that you want to do, or something to do with Vastu, maybe. You never know. So all those areas will get enhanced depending upon your natal Jupiter position as well, though. So 4th house is your childhood, your education also. So this is the, you know, time when you will experience something from the past. You will feel that you must transform, looking into your past, looking at your childhood days. So you would like to change yourself. You want to transform yourself. Deep inner work could occur during this transit. It can be really transformational for you. So actually, this is a very transformative phase for everyone, you know, the retrogression. So I have seen some really big miracles also happening during this time. Expect that and invite those energies, I think. Then time with the family and family members is very harmonious during this time. So spend time with them and with your family people, you know, and you're very nurturing during this time. Your maternal instincts actually overpower you at times. So irrespective of the gender, as I always say, so I'm not gender biased, so it can happen with anyone during this phase, this time span. Then, and if it doesn't happen, please comment in the comment box. Or book a reading with me to know what exactly why it didn't happen. So from the 23rd of April till the 31st of May, Pisces Navmansha. So where is your Pisces? Your Pisces in the third house. The third house is about communication. So the communication is going to get hit, or it's going to be wonderful. I think you should communicate. This is what I have felt, you know, rather than keeping things inside, it's better to speak out everything, not, you know, like something which will hurt others. But yes, you should speak your mind out. If you are feeling there's some blocked energy, you must say it. You must speak out rather than keeping quiet. If you're thinking of writing a book, publishing a book, this is the right time to do so. And then you can communicate your expressions that way, you know, maybe through a book. So maybe, you know, you are planning to buy a mobile, a new cell phone, you know, or maybe a new laptop. That's wonderful. Good news for you. If you are thinking of doing so, do it, you know, just go in for this. This is the right time to do so, because, you know, it is activating that Navmansha in your chart, the third house Navmansha. So something to do with communication is going to come to limelight. Or maybe, you know, if your Jupiter is retrograding and not giving you good results, is because of your Jupiter in the natal. So, you know, 30% of people are born with Jupiter retrograde. So maybe your Jupiter is also retrograding in your chart, and it synchronizes well with this Jupiter. So it's a boom period for you. So what are you waiting for? Upgrade your communication skills. And yes, if you have not communicated much with your siblings or your neighbors, go ahead, please go and convey your mind. Please talk to them. Be polite, be humble. Life is beautiful. Make it beautiful. Don't make it worse. Please, these transits are here to help us. Communicate with your brother or sisters, you know. And of course, if you're planning to upgrade your vehicle, this is the right time. It is the a house of travel also. So transportation. So if you're fed up of driving, just go in for a carpool, or maybe, you know, go hire a cab. That's also a better, you know, option these days. So upgrade your vehicle if you're planning to, or if you're planning to pay off your debt, a loan that you have already taken on the vehicle that is going to be repaid off. It's a good time. Get connected with your friends. This is a, you know, you might have some social experiences during this time. Maybe you are going to communicate with your friend circles during this time. And if you are planning to bring up some, you know, publishing your book, you can do that also during this time. This is a good phase from the 23rd of April till the 31st of May. Now moving on to 31st of May till 27th of June, that is going to be your Aquarius Navmansha, when Jupiter is transiting through. So that is your second house. So second house energy is what? Like, it brings a lot of increase in income and expenses both. When Jupiter is transiting in that Navmansha. So you may have a chance to earn through education industry or institution, you know, maybe you are generating funds through that. Or maybe, you know, there is your financial position is going to improve. You're planning a long-term budget during this time. So it's going to be very good for you. See, you're planning at this retrogression phase is very good, actually. It really helps, you know, in planning. It's a really good time to plan things. So you might feel that, you know, you're too much of energy is going in planning. You want results now. So just try to focus on the results now. Increase your income. Plan how you can do that. So it's a good time for you to do all that, and then, you know, financially boost up yourself. Remember, your thoughts and feelings have power. So the more you feel abundant, the more that experience can come to fruition. Remember that. Jupiter moving through this Navmansha gives values also. Second house of values also get a massive reconsideration. So often the amount of time we spend doing certain things do not match up with where our values lie. So if you are looking to buy something expensive or sell something, so you just reconsider that, you know, before taking action. Then, oh yeah, I have to tell you that lastly, I thought this was the last one, sorry. Yeah, so from the 27th of June till the 11th May, when Jupiter gets direct, your Navmansha which is getting activated is Capricorn, and which is your Lagna. How could I forget that? It is the optimism, joy, excitement all over. So it's like, you know, you're thinking about yourself, you're crossing over the sense of self. So you're, once you cross that, then you think of others, right? So you are on that rise, you know, recognition, attention, identity, winning over people. So, you know, your self-esteem. So all that is going to get activated during this transit towards the last, you know, it can slow down because Jupiter will be slowing down and then getting direct. And of course, so lot many things depend on your natal Jupiter also and the dasha that you're running. And if you're hoping to gain weight and build up muscles, yes, this I want to say, this is the right time to do so, gain weight. And if you want to lose weight, sorry, this is a little tougher time. You have to really put in a lot of energy to that, and you have to have you know, that positive focus. No, I have to lose it. So don't get defocused. If your Jupiter in the natal is weak, then you can get defocused. So Jupiter carries many positive associations, so you can you know, rather than, you know, getting lazy, just don't be too lazy or self-indulgent. Just utilize this energy and channelize it in a proper manner. So it's like, you know, self-esteem, self-focus, all that will get exaggerated during this time. But don't get into the mode of arrogance then, you know, that should not be there. That is all about me and me myself. So don't get into all that. So that's it for Capricorn, and I move on to the second last sign of Aquarius. So for Aquarius, this phase has been divided for you also in the 4 parts that I have been saying from the beginning. It might be a repetition, so please don't get bugged up with me because I am not, because I am repeating it, so it should be difficult for me rather. So anyways, you know, I want to tell you that from the 10th of April till the 23rd of April, Jupiter is going to be transiting your Aries Navmansha. So Aries is your 3rd house. So what is 3rd house? So during this phase, you will be focusing more on communication, communicating yourself, your mind, you know, your writing skills, maybe you're a blogger, or you are you know, going to publish your book, you know, your work that you are doing already. So this is the time when your communication gets a big time impact. So if you are thinking of buying a cell phone or a computer for yourself, this is the right time to do so, depending upon your natal Jupiter's position also, I must say, because, you know, it should not be that, you know, it's in a bad position and you know, you buy something and it is not it doesn't work, or it breaks, or something, you know, or the other happens with the communication. So upgrading is also likely, depending on so many variables, you know, so many things. So it should not be that whatever I said has to happen only. Yes, but it is, if powerful in your chart, then definitely all these things will get enhanced. So just communication is the main. Then if you have not communicated with your siblings or your neighbors, just go ahead, go talk to them, share your mind, reconnect with them. That's the right thing to do. And 3rd house is also for short travels and transportation also. So if you're thinking of upgrading your vehicle, please do that. If you're thinking of paying off your loan and clear it, so this is the right time to do so. You might just go and get out of all this actually. And you may sell your property. This is the right time if you want to sell property, you know, you can get good amount of money, chunk of money over here. Then get connected with your social circle, your friends during this time. It's very good for you. Then of course, public speaking, then publishing book. I think I've told enough about this. Then, you know, what will happen? Jupiter will be transiting from 23rd of April to the 31st of May, the Pisces Navmansha. So Pisces is what? Your 2nd house. So 2nd house often brings an increase in income and simultaneously expenses also, I've seen. So both of them, expenses and income will simultaneously increase. You will plan your budget, you will think about money, you will think about growing the prospects of money, from where you can increase and you know, improvise your financial position. That is what you will be thinking about a lot many times, you know, during this phase, 23rd April till the 31st of May. That's the time you will be feeling that, you know, you want to do something for your own comforts, you know, you want to have a luxurious or lavish comfortable life during this time. You're thinking about that. So this will increase income, of course, your income will enhance. So you have to think about your savings. You have to save rather than just spending everything. It's better that you save also. You have the power. So feel abundant. I feel that, you know, when your thoughts and feelings have power, you know, so why not feel abundant? This is what I always say to myself. Okay, I am rich. I am rich. I am rich. So you will be rich, I am sure. From all the angles, richness isn't just not money. We need money. We all need money, no doubt. But we have to have the value system also. I want to be rich in my values also, right? So we must be very careful with our thoughts also. What are we wanting from them? So this is something that I have for you till the time it is in Pisces. Then from the 31st May till the 27th of June, Jupiter is going to go retrograde in Aquarius. And Aquarius is your Lagna. It is your first house. It is about optimism. It is about joy. It is about excitement. It is about your own self. You will be thinking to whatever you want to think. If you want to think negative, it will happen. I think you should think positive, you know, because it's a sense of self. You are thinking about yourself. It is the first house. The first house energy should not be channelized to arrogance or selfishness. You know, it should be expand your horizons. Think about a bigger role. Think about better things in life. You will be recognized. You will get recognition, attention, and, you know, identity increase. Obviously, your self-esteem, everything will get impacted. So it's you who has to decide what you want, whether it's going to be a positive upliftment or a negative one, whether you want to gain weight or you want to lose weight. That is also there. No? That's so much there when Jupiter is transiting the first house, you know, in the Navmansha or in the Lagna. It's irrelevant though. It will give that energy, exaggerated energy, you know. So it's up to you how you channelize your energy during this time, because it's all about you, me, actually. Then Jupiter will be transiting through the Capricorn Navmansha, your 12th sign, from the 27th June till the 11th of August. The 12th house is the house of unseen worlds, intuition, metaphysical studies, connections, communications with guides, maybe angels, you know. So it's something that, you know, which will, the dreams will help you a lot. They will indicate what you are heading to. So pay attention to your dreams, sleep well, pay attention to your dreams. It indicates past life regression also, hypnosis also, working with subliminal recordings, affirmations, divination tools and processes, deep inner work. Synchronicities are likely to increase and become more your norm. So you have to be more spiritual during this time, I would say. It's like more of behind the scene thing, you know, quite private. So interaction projects may be brought into forefront now, if you want to. So this is the time to lay groundwork in the deep recess of your being and behind closed doors. So so that, you know, when the time comes to present your new offerings, way of being or awareness to the world, you will be rested and ready. You're completely out in front of everybody in the limelight. So this is the time for rest, renewal, retreat, sabbatical, you know, asking for deeper questions, quiet time, you know, spend some time in meditation, prayer, silence. So that's what Jupiter wants you to do, to enrich yourself, you know, to be more, to feel more real, actually. So that's what is going to happen when Jupiter transits your 12th house. So in Navmansha, the 12th sign, you know, which is your first, in your natal chart is your 12th sign. Okay, so 12th house, sorry. So moving further on, I think I'm tired now. So moving further on, I move on to the last sign, that is Pisces. So for Pisces, this is going to be in the first, it is going to transit through the Aries Navamansha from the 10th to the 23rd of April. And it is, where is your Aries? Your Aries is the second house. So second house is about increases in income. It increases the expenditures also though, but you know, it is the house of family values. It is about comforts. It's about spending so much on luxurious items. You know, you want comforts in the house, increase in income. You're planning budgets during this time. So if you're planning budget, you should actually plan it well, and this will bring financial boost also to you. Remember, your thoughts you know, and feelings have power. So if you feel abundant, then you will feel abundant. You will experience the same also. So when you are having these kind of you know, family values, you know, you will have a lot of massive reconsideration of what is important to you. So pay attention to the values system that you are in. So that's something that I always say. So plan your budget, don't overspend, and take care of your speech when you're talking about anything harsh. You should be careful. Then from the 23rd of April till the 31st of May, it is going to be in Pisces Navamansha. So Pisces is your Lagna. It's your first house. So it is about optimism. It is about joy. It is about excitement. It is about feeling abundant, sense of self, isn't it? So how important are you feeling for yourself? That is very significant. How you recognize yourself, how you pay attention to yourself, your own identity, that is self-esteem, that is very important. It could be a negative aspect or a positive aspect also. It can lead to arrogance and selfishness also. It can lead to gain weight and losing weight also. So it is all up to you how you take things in your life. That is very important, because Jupiter is a positive planet. So even if it is in retrogression, it's not going to lose its qualities, right? So don't be lazy, don't be self-indulgent. Just pay attention, focus on your health and your mental health also. Don't get carried away just by saying it's me. Okay, so for Pisces, 23rd April till 31st May, it is going to be, Jupiter is transiting your Pisces Navamansha, and from the 31st May till the 27th June, it is going to transit your Aquarius Navamansha, that is the 12th house. 12th house energy is about unseen worlds, intuition, metaphysical studies, connections and communications with the higher self, higher soul. So that is something that can give you a lot of energy through dreams. So pay attention to your dreams when you're sleeping. You know, you just, when you get up, if you dream about something, just think logically or pay attention to it. It is conveying you something. The higher self is trying to convey something to you. So it denotes past life regression also, hypnosis, working with subtimal recordings, affirmations, divination tools, processes, and other forms of deep inner work, you know. So it is the right time to get connected with all those. It is like meaningful interactions and, you know, with spiritual you. It's good time to get spiritually inclined. So it's time to get private and, you know, behind the scenes, maybe interact with, less with people. That's what happens when 12th house energy is predominant, and with Jupiter also coming there. So you are working behind the scenes more. You are aware of the environment, yet you are not showing anything. It's time to rest, renew, retreat, sabbatical. All those deeper meaning actually is attached to this. Meditation, prayer, silence. So it is, Jupiter is actually enriching you. So just take it that way. So that's what is going to happen. And then it is going to be in Capricorn. That is from the 7th June till the 11th of August. It's going to be in the Capricorn Navamansha. So Capricorn Navamansha, Capricorn is your 11th house. 11th house is to time to see now, to be and to be seen, rather than, you know, in the shell you had gone, in the 12th house, 12th zone. So now it's time to get connected with the people, your you know, your friend circle, your people who are around you, you working in teams or organizations, humanitarian communities maybe, you know. So you're getting connected with those societies or friends now. So, and friendships have a wonderful chance for major enrichment also. Healing yourself, that is also one thing which happens during this kind of a, you know, transit. And then some kind of a project or something to do with your you know, you want to maybe expand, or something to do with technology, you know, you're thinking of some ideas are playing in your mind, so they will get more enhanced during this transit, you know, during these dates. So just uniting with those common ideals and beliefs will also help you. Those ideas that you have, they will also help you in enriching yourself. So just make up with the groups and just get connected and free flow during this time. So this is it for all the signs, and I hope you all enjoyed it. So stay blessed. Happy Jupiter transit to everyone. Retrogression.